Hello. If you're watching this, you most likely know me from a video I posted a couple years ago about making a Minecraft beta 1.7.3 server. That video blew up and it's one of my most viewed videos on my channel. It helped out a lot of people, and then essentially I disappeared for 1 or 2 years. Today, I'm finally going to talk about why I disappeared and why it took me 2 whole years to realize that usable is better than perfect. I'm going to start my story from the beginning. When I first started this channel, I had this grand vision of being known as a smart and innovative YouTuber. My first video was Vanilla TV made by me. It was a crazy bedrock invention I made, which essentially was a TV that utilized framed maps and command blocks, or no, structure blocks, to animate a screen. And I was so very proud of it, but the reality was practically nobody watched it because I was too small at the time. So after that flopped, I pivoted over to the old Xbox 360 edition of Minecraft, to be more specifically TU4, playing on the Xenia emulator. My first video in that era was a speedrun to get diamond armor on the tutorial world of TU4, and after that I transitioned into a full Let's Play series. Honestly, my life was pretty difficult at the time and I was young, and playing those old Xbox 360 editions was an escape for me. But I knew my channel still wasn't growing, and my view retention rate was basically 0. Looking back, I know exactly why. It was too raw. I had this idea that keeping the gameplay completely uncut like an old Let's Play was the perfect way to do it. So I left in all the long gaps of silence where I didn't know what to say, and added my inconsistent, spotty internet at the time, and DaVinci Resolve crashing all the time. It was just a recipe for people clicking off. I knew something had to change. Eventually, for my birthday, I was gifted Minecraft Java Edition. This changed everything. The first thing I wanted to do was to set up a beta 1.7.3 server so I can finally play with my friend Lava Creeper on this incredible version. But looking online for a tutorial was a nightmare. Everything was confusing, esoteric forum posts written in nerd jargon, and just overall not that much documentation on it. After hours of frustration and probably crying, I finally got it working. We were messing around on the server when it hit me. There was a massive demand for a tutorial that explained how to set up a beta 1.7.3 server that was eligible to the average person. So I made the beta 1.7.3 server video, and looking back on it, it wasn't a high production masterpiece, but it was usable. It solved the problem and it actually worked, so it blew up. But after that video took off, the next question from the community was how to add mods. The problem is, you can't just explain how to make a modded beta 1.7.3 server in a quick YouTube comment. It requires a full tutorial with visuals and GUIDs and files. It requires a full, concise tutorial. But instead of making a simple, usable GUID, I took it way too far. I spent a year or multiple years digging through dusty, forgotten, 10-year-old forums to figure out the absolute perfect way to do it and to optimize the process. I wrote a massive 6-page Google Doc script, but when I got to recording and the editing phase, the perfectionism paralyzed me. I abandoned what made the first video so good, and I was terrified of voice cracks. I was trying to force this flawless, perfect voice, desperately trying to sound like channels with millions of subscribers, right? While I was procrastinating on that massive tutorial, I was still trying to keep the channel alive. I actually posted, I think, 8 other videos during that time, but noticeably, none of them never reached the same high as that tutorial. It took me 2 years to realize how stupid I was being. Comparing myself, a newcomer with 0 free time, to massive YouTubers who do this for a living, and media companies who print thousands, it was literally comparing wood tools, right? If I had wood tools, to a diamond pickaxe. but they got efficiency free too. They have the resources I didn't. Recently, I stumbled onto an online video and it blew my mind because it took 2 years for me to figure out the hard way that this video told me in just 3 minutes. It's about the ruthlessness execution of fundamentals without overanalyzing for perfection. Some people call it retard maxing. I call it usable is better than perfect. Action beats a perfect plan that will never see the light of day. Editing out the dead air is good, but obsessing over every single voice crack will kill your channel. Just remember, usable is better than perfect. So from here on out, I'm throwing away the overly complicated 4-page, 6-page scripts, and instead I'm gonna use Gemini. Nah, but yeah, I am gonna use Gemini. I may use Gemini for this video, but that's besides the point. And I'm gonna stop trying to be perfect with my voice. And from here on out, I'm just gonna go back to making cool stuff. And to everybody who's been waiting patiently for so many years, the fully updated, foolproof of tutorials, beta 1.7.3, my server tutorial is finally coming this year. And right after I do that, I'm revealing a custom 1.20.1 Forge mod I've been coding that aims to bring back that 1-to-1 beta legacy console experience. You're definitely going to want to see it. But anyways, subscribe if you want to watch me build cool things with what time I have available. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Goodbye.